Absolutely. I think it's very good to seek out help, not in the sense of like, maybe a therapist.
You're listening to Inside Young Minds, the podcast exploring the thoughts, fears, and hopes of today's youth. Let's dive in. Welcome back to Inside Young Minds, a podcast where we explore the thoughts, fears, and hopes of young people of this generation. In this episode, we're here to talk about the fears of failure. So many times we face failures, and some people are scared to fail. For that reason, they don't follow their dreams. And studies have shown that fears of failures are one of the top reasons why people don't follow their dreams because they're scared of failing. So today we're going to dive deep into that discussion and see what we can do about it, because society tells us to chase success, but it doesn't tell us what to do when we fall. And today I'm joined by one of my good friends, Anastasia. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. So tell the audience your name and what you do, basically.
Hello, everybody. I am Anastasia, also known as Anna, and I am glad to be here today. And I'm just a girl who's working hard.
All right. Well, welcome and thank you for being here. So, first question I'm going to ask you today. Tell us, what is the one thing when you hear the word failure? What comes to your mind?
The first thing that comes to my mind when I hear the word failure is a lack of success that a person has, or the feeling of not being able to reach a certain point in life. That's what I think about.
Cool. Thank you. And has there been, like, in your life, has there been a moment where you felt like you failed at something very important?
I feel like everybody goes through the emotions of feeling like a failure or the process of failure. We all go through it. We have all experienced it. But like for me personally, I would say that I have been through a lot.
Okay.
And I've had some ups and downs, failures here and there. Yes, I have.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And okay, so what are the effects that you think comes with failure, like mentally? Do you think it stresses most people out to a point where they can't take it anymore? Like, what effects do you think comes with it?
The effects that come with failure, psychologically speaking,
Yeah.
I think that it's very broad
Okay.
on what a person can feel and how it can affect them. But I know when some people face failure, they may stress eat, or they don't sleep, or they like just hide themselves away.
Okay. And do you think it's good for people to like express how they feel when they fail, like talk to someone about it or get help somewhere? Because it can be very mentally draining, you know. So do you feel like it's a good idea for people to go out there and be vulnerable and tell people, okay, I feel like I'm failing at this, for that reason I need help?
Absolutely. I think it's very good to seek out help, not in the sense of like, maybe a therapist,
Right.
but like that's okay too. That's
Uh,
okay too. If you feel like you need a therapist, like it's totally fine. But like maybe finding that person whom you trust, who you think could be a good mentor, a
Right.
person who's used to what you're going to do. Let's say if it's a business, and let's say it was like a commercial cleaning business,
Yeah.
right? I would rather talk to a person who has more experience in commercial cleaning
Okay.
so they could be my mentor
Right.
rather than just talking to somebody random
Okay.
expecting for good advice.
Yeah, but there are those who are like scared to even come out and say I'm failing to even a friend. What do you say to those people? Like, because failing is a big thing. We know that everyone in life goes through it. At least those that try, you know. But there are those who fail and then they're scared to express themselves to even those who are close to them because they think they'll laugh at them. So what do you think these people should do? Because this is something that happens a lot.
For me, I would say that's between the God that they believe in, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
So you don't think that being scared of saying you have failed
That's
is
an issue. That's an issue. I feel like you should be able to like express what you're going through to a person. But then if you're not,
yeah.
I guess we leave it up to you and the Father to talk.
Right, but what about those who don't believe?
Those who don't believe, well, they just thug it out.
They would do what?
They thug it out.
Okay. But okay, so back to you.
Okay.
What is one thing that you failed at, right? But now you're glad that you failed at it because you learned something out of it.
Okay. Something that I failed at.
Yeah, like
Something
no
that I
judgment,
failed at.
just be honest. Yeah,
Guys, we listen and we don't judge.
yeah,
But anywho,
yeah.
I feel like in my college days, like actually from like freshman all the way to like being a junior, I went to school as an athlete
Okay.
and I got a scholarship. But like when I went there and I started training and everything, things didn't go the way I wanted.
Okay.
Like, I was a very hardworking person. I put in all the work, went to practice every day.
Yeah.
But like, the goals that I set for myself
Yeah.
were not obtained until senior year when my season was ending.
Okay.
So like during that time period, I really did feel like a failure
Okay.
because I had the goal of like getting All-American straight 4 years.
Okay.
But that did not happen until the last year
Okay.
of my college time.
Big goals. You ask
Big
me.
goals, yes.
Yeah.
They were big goals, but like to attain them
Yeah.
or to get there,
Yeah.
it was very hard. And I had to jump from like one event to another event to find like where I was comfortable at. Like, is this really for me or not for me? Can I do this or can I not do this? At times, I was even afraid
Okay.
to join certain events because I didn't think I was good enough or I could potentially get that All-American medal.
Okay. I
Yeah.
guess we listen, we don't judge.
We don't judge.
But so do you feel like in the experience of failing, right? Or having to wait until you're like a senior, you know, because it can be stressful, you know? Do you think like there's a valuable lesson you learned in between those moments?
Oh, yeah. I think I did learn a lot.
Okay.
And a lot of it for me was like, you know, not all days are good days.
Yeah.
And not all bad days are going to always be bad days. Like bad days don't last.
Yeah.
And good days sometimes are cut short. But like, I just learned to kind of like go with the flow and kind of like know if today doesn't work out, tomorrow is better. So for me, I'm the type of person who falls into something and I start thinking about what my next step is rather than staying in the place of being like, oh my goodness, I didn't achieve this goal or I really failed terribly.
Right.
I tell myself, okay, I didn't get to this year, but what is my next step?
Right.
Because I can't stay where I am.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, that's a good mindset. But we know that not everyone, especially this generation, not everyone has that mindset,
True.
you know? So do you think like there's something someone can do to like adopt that kind of a mindset?
I really think it's all about like mastering your emotions.
Okay. What do you mean by
What do I
that?
mean by mastering your emotions?
Yeah.
For example, let's take that something happened
Mm-hmm.
today, and I was expecting things to turn out in my favor, right?
Right.
And it didn't turn out in my favor.
Mm-hmm.
It's about thinking positive, but then also knowing that your peace
Yeah.
comes first.
Okay.
So it's all about the heart. Like if your heart is away
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have peace, then all is lost. So for me, what I try to do
Yeah.
when it comes to like mastering my emotions is I think about my peace matters most than what I failed or what I think I'm not good at or the success I didn't attain.
Mm.
Mastering my emotions is being able to be like, okay, I'm going through it, but like I'm still alive.
Right.
I'm not dead or
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dying because I don't have this or I didn't get this or I didn't attain my goal, if you get what I mean.
Mm.
If I'm not far off.
Mm.
But that's what I think.
Okay. So it's important for everyone to be able to kind of control their emotions because everything is not always going to be in your favor, you
Yes.
know? So you have to know how to control your own self because if not, then it won't end well with you.
Well,
So, do you feel like, do you still like fear failure? And if when this happens, like, how do you manage it?
okay, like as I told you,
Yeah.
I'm a person who just falls into something and I'm like, I gotta go.
Right.
Because I can't stay there for long,
Mm-hmm.
or else it's gonna turn out really bad for me,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna lose my peace. So the number one thing that I put first,
Yeah.
since I'm a really strong believer,
Uh-huh.
I put God first.
Yeah.
And each time I feel like I can't go on,
Mm-hmm.
I cry to the Father because I know that He's the only true friend I have in the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I cry to Him. But like aside from the Father,
Yeah.
like God the Father, what I do is again come back to my emotions. I'm not dead. I'm
Yeah.
still alive. Tomorrow is better.
Yeah.
And I guess another thing you could do is try to discipline yourself into like thinking positive, doing healthy things
Yeah.
that allows you to think more positive, like find outlets.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that you're running away,
Yeah.
but it's you trying to give yourself space and kind of like forget about it for a moment. And once you're ready to face it,
Yeah.
come back and sit down alone and think about it, because in the silence, you actually like figure out a lot of things alone in silence.
So you say putting God first, right? And for me, I know that that's very important, right? Especially to believers. And what would you say to, like, let's say someone in the audience who's listening, they don't and they don't believe, right? What would you tell them? What would you say the importance of living believing is to them, so that maybe it can give them the motivation or an encouragement to, believe in something.
Believe in something. Well,
Yeah.
I'll give them
Yeah.
the importance of believing in God because that's whom I believe in.
Right.
And I don't know anything else to believe in.
Well, see, you believe in God. I believe in God,
Okay.
right? So, but there are those out there there are people out there who believe themselves to be God, right? That's a real thing, in case
Okay.
you didn't know, right?
Okay.
So, and because, I have spoken to people who say, there is no God. I'm God to myself, you know? So to those who believe like they're God, but then they're not able to accomplish something according to themselves, right? What can you tell those people? The importance of believing in a higher power rather than themselves alone.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, I gotta talk on my experience.
Okay.
I guess this is a really good opportunity to kind of like preach. But the importance of believing a higher being than you,
Yeah.
or a higher deity than you,
Yeah.
or a higher power than you, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you find comfort in that, and you find peace in that.
Yeah.
And there's always something that always tell you that even if people are not listening to you,
Mm-hmm.
there's somebody else who's greater
Yeah.
than you listening to you. And I guess for me, believing in God kind of gave me this power to think that I can do anything as long as I have
Mm.
His strength behind me.
Okay. Well, I guess for those who are listening, now they have something to listen to.
God.
Right. So let's say you were to go back in time. Yeah. What advice would you give to a younger self about failure?
What advice would
Mm-hmm.
I give my younger self
Yeah.
regarding failure?
Yeah.
I would tell my younger self that it's okay to be you,
Mm-hmm.
firstly, and
Yeah.
make mistakes, because from mistakes is where you learn, and from failure is where you grow. It's okay to not have everything figured out.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to not attain your goal this year, because you can always work on it the following year. It's okay to take it slow and don't rush things, because rushing things sometimes screws up a lot of things. I feel like I would tell my younger self to also be very cautious, but also disciplined.
Okay. So, well, let's say, because you did talk about like sometimes when you fail, you can have doubts,
Yes.
you know, in yourself and all those things. You personally, what do you do? And I know you say it's you talk to God about it, you know, and that's all great. It's amazing, right? But what else do you do when you're like doubting yourself? Do you have like a mindset shift that you go into or something that helps you get back up?
Well, the first thing that I get into
Yeah.
is, firstly, I want to run away, or
Run,
like
what do you
like
mean run
run
away?
away. Like, when you like, I don't know, but like the example I gave you, that one time I went through failure, college time,
Yeah.
when per se I did a 100
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't hit the mark that I wanted to hit.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, I don't want to do the 100 anymore. I'd
Yeah.
rather just do the 200 because I'm comfortable there.
Yeah.
And then whenever I second guessed in the 200, I'm like, wait, maybe I want to try the 800 just because it's longer and I have more time to
Right.
like strategize. But then after that, I'll think to myself, why not just go for it? Just do it.
Okay. So the importance of self-belief.
Yeah.
You have to believe in
Take a
yourself.
leap of faith.
Yeah, regardless of what's happening, you have to, on top of believing in God, obviously believing that God has got you. You know, He's got you. As long as you reach out to Him, He's ready to help you,
Yes.
right? But other than that, you have to be able to believe in yourself, but also have discipline,
Yes.
because without discipline, it's impossible to accomplish anything,
That is very true.
right? And so, closing and finishing up, what is like your advice to those who might hear this, right, and still think, well, I don't have the courage or the motivation or the strength to have the belief or the discipline, you know? What can you advise them? Like, out of this whole conversation, what is one takeaway that you want them to take?
Out of this whole entire conversation,
Yeah.
the honest and true takeaway that I want people to get from this is that failure is not the finish line.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a detour. And you have to outgrow whatever failure you were going through. It's a short delay.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean like you're not good enough or brave enough.
It's not permanent.
Yeah.
It's not permanent.
It's just certain things you need to work on, and maybe you just need to find what is best for you, or like try to figure out if even this is the right route for you.
Right. Yeah, and adding to that, I feel like it's important to know that failure is not your final destination.
No.
It's also important to fail because it's part of the journey, and it's to show yourself that you've actually tried.
Yes.
Rather than you have not, because not failing but also not trying, if you gotta do one, right?
Yeah.
So in order for you to succeed at something, you have to fail first,
Yep.
right? And if, like I always say, if you start something or you go at something and you succeed right away, you won't understand the importance.
Yes.
Like someone who's failed before.
Yes.
So if anyone can take something out of this composition, is that don't be afraid to
Be
fail.
afraid. Yeah.
You know, just fail.
Just allow yourself
But
to
also
fail.
be disciplined enough and have enough self-belief so
Yes.
that you might be able to do something for yourself.
And be brave too.
Yeah, be brave.
Oh, another thing
Yeah.
that I would add on to that
Yeah.
is surround yourself with people who, a good circle, let me just say that. Surround yourself with people who could get you far to the destination that you want to get to.
Right.
If you surround yourself with intelligent people, you will be intelligent. If you surround yourself with fools, you will also be a fool.
You are who you surround yourself
Yes.
with.
So
Okay, so the importance of having good friends is also there. You gotta have good friends who can push you to your limit. Because if you're hanging around lazy people, at the end of the day, you're going to be
you
lazy
also
too.
be lazy.
And you're just going to blame the society and blame everyone else for your failures.
Yes.
But hey, thank you for having this conversation with me. And for everyone listening, if you feel like this is something that helped you, or you know a friend that can listen to this and get something valuable out of it, well, share with them, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you. Thank you for watching or listening to Inside Young Minds. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow and share it with someone else who might need it. You can also find us on Instagram at inside_young minds for updates and behind the scenes. Now, there's new episodes every week, but until next time, take care of yourself and keep on growing.